Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row, that had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
Then this is a volley shot.
Flames lead 1-0 after 40 minutes. We've seen Michael Backlund-Sops in a lot of special teams time here through 40 minutes. Just maybe describe sort of the rhythm of this hockey game and what it's been like here so far.
Yeah, hasn't been the best rhythm with all the penalties. We gotta do a better job staying 5-on-5 or creating penalties. But so far, PK's been solid. Power play can be better. One big goal, but we know we can be better. So yeah.
How about the opportunity here, up 1-0, and just the position you're in? I mean, obviously you talked about trying to stay 5-on-5 here. You got one more big kill to come at the start of the third period. But what about the position you're in?
Yeah, 1-0 at home for game one. It's a good spot. We got to play our best period here. We know they're gonna come out and push, so we got to bring our best period right here.
How do you think you guys have matched the physicality and what you've seen here so far to begin this playoff series?
Yeah, it's been good. Both teams, trying to set the tone. I think, we can handle anything and whatever game get thrown at us, or we're prepared for anything, and that's a big key for our team.
Appreciate the time.
Yeah.
There's Michael Backlund here after 40 minutes.
We found a way to make Coke Zero Sugar taste better than ever. Don't believe us? Taste it and become a believer. Go on, try it. New Coke Zero Sugar, now more delicious. Best Coke ever? You bet.
To the cross, Anderson, pass to Lucic, picks it up on the corner, and Brooklyn scored. Lucic with the corner off the skate, short line.
All right, welcome inside Flames TV, live at the Intermission. It's brought to you by your Alberta Ram dealers, and we're pleased to welcome back to the desk Matt Stajan to talk a little bit about what we've seen here through 40 minutes. He'll be on the post-game show as well, and we got ourselves a 1-0 hockey game, and kind of the same way we entered the second period, but it's been a lot of special teams. Maybe just get your thoughts on what you've seen here through 40 minutes so far.
Yeah, it's been all penalties, and it's kind of ruined the flow of the game a bit. The Flames came out so well in the first, and then you get a string of penalties, and you're kind of seeing different lines get thrown out there. Anderson's been lost, so teams have had to adjust on the fly here, and we're seeing Hanifin on the Flames' first power play now, and like most playoff games, it comes down to special teams. So both penalty kills looked good in that period, and we'll see how they adjust here for the third.
Yeah, now obviously the Flames will have just a little over a minute left to kill to begin the third period here to start things off. And maybe just for you, as you walk back into the Saddle Dome on a night like this, I mean, I think we all had kind of that goosebump feeling. It's when you turn the page to get to this point in this playoff feeling, maybe just describe kind of what you were feeling as you were reminiscing probably a little bit before this puck dropped.
Yeah, it's you feel it in the city. It's just as a player, you don't experience that as much when you're playing because you're so dialed in what you got to do. You come to the rink, 2.5 hours before. But today I got to drive in an hour before. You saw all the red jerseys and you felt the buzz. And how electric is it out there? So we're all so happy to see fans in the seats for a playoff game. And let's hope it's a long spring here for us in Calgary.
No question about it, and it really does change the perspective, and I'm sure from a player. It's the first time since 2019 we've been able to feel that, and we were both here in 2020 when these two teams last met in the playoffs. Empty building, we were just sitting here watching it on TV. But just maybe the perspective of as you start to get into it. I mean, obviously we saw the start, I think it was 9-0 the shots in the early part, but how much do players feed on that, or what did you see in terms of, kind of building on that energy to begin?
Yeah, it was just a snowball effect there in the first. The Flames just kept coming at Dallas, and it was perfect first period really for the Flames. And last period with all the penalties, you lose that momentum, and it's kind of guys don't play for a lot. Matthew Tkachuk was in the penalty box for 7 minutes to start that period, so it just ruins the flow of the game. And then when you're killing penalties, you don't get Johnny out there as much as you want to see him out there. So hopefully this period we see a lot of 5-on-5. The Flames can get rolling again like they did in the first and close this game out.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess, you kind of go through situations like this in the regular season, but you mentioned no Rasmus Sanderson, so Noah Hannafin steps in. He has been on that power play number one unit at different times this year, but, how much does that play into things from a perspective of a player when you have to do some rotating, and obviously you're down to 5D?
Yeah, and both teams are having that challenge today, rolling 5D, so guys have to step up. The forwards got to be aware that the D are maybe playing a little bit more minutes, certain guys, and that's the depth in playoffs. You lose a guy, and both teams have it with being a D-man down, and this is where depth comes in, and we'll see how it goes here in the third.
All right, one last one before we let you go and we get back into some hockey action here. It's just maybe a thought on where you kind of see, you got a 1-goal lead, obviously got a penalty to kill, but just sort of what you expect to see, maybe the mindset from a Flames team here on home ice.
Yeah, as a player, just win your next shift. Let that build into the shift following. You set that next line up and keep building and try and get that next goal. I think you see too many teams fall victim to sitting back when they have a lead, and I know that the coach staff will be telling the guys to go after it, get that next one, and the crowd's going to want to see that. So feed off that, and let's close this one out.
Well said. Appreciate the time here on the second intermission that has been brought to you by your Alberta Ram dealers. And now we get set for a third period. The Flames up 1-0 and an opportunity to close it out here coming up. They got to get through a power play for the Dallas Stars first, and then we'll see how the final frame finishes up. 1-0 Flames over the Stars. Third period puck drop is coming up next.